We are a couple days out from me leaving for World's Strongest Man, and I'm pre-organizing all of the stuff that I have to take to this contest. So I'll be there for almost 2 weeks, and there's a lot of planning that goes into not only the competing side of things, but also for me, I have to pre-plan all of my food. So I've got somebody over there right now that's gonna be helping me to get groceries, which is gonna be huge for me. I'm actually gonna be staying at a separate place from the athlete hotel. I'm probably gonna be splitting time actually between the athlete hotel and an Airbnb that I've rented out for the entire time I'm there, so I can prep my food, make sure that I've got everything covered, have a full kitchen, go relax if I want to kind of get away from things. So I think that's gonna be key, but just to give you an initial kind of picture of what it takes, and this isn't quite everything. I still got a few pieces to add in here, but I've got, I've got to add a couple more pairs of shoes, but I mean, I've got belts, wraps, straps, harness. Basically, I have to set up kind of a full recovery center, so I'm going to have everything to work on my body if anything kind of pops up. I've got to take some stuff still to cook for my meals, that type of stuff. I've got everything to do all of the strongman events, obviously, and I've still got to add in a few more things. So, I try to make a huge list, cover every base for this contest, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge being gone. It's much different than competing in a weekend contest or one-day contest. I mean, I've got to be there, and when I'm in a different country like the Philippines, I don't want to plan on having to get anything there that I need for competition. So I've got to have it with me. I've got to plan for every scenario. So this is just kind of a little indicator of everything I'm going to need potentially for the contest. So we'll kind of try to give you a little bit of a rundown here as we get closer to the trip, and me actually getting all this stuff fit in my bags and what they weigh, and how much total weight I'm taking with me. So the only big thing that I've got to work out now is the meat. I've got this cooler that I'm planning on filling up, and I have a 70-pound bag weight limit. So I'm going to try to pack this as close to 70 pounds as I possibly can with the ground bison and weigh it out, and hopefully it works out to about 60. I want to take about 60 pounds of bison. That was the goal. So hopefully this cooler, I already weighed the cooler, and the cooler was just over 10 pounds. So I'm gonna be really close. So we'll see where we're at once I get it packed up here. $72.8. So I'm gonna have to take at least one pack of that out of there. That'll work. So we're gonna roll with that. Hopefully hopefully the scale at the airport is really close to this. So I'm just gonna get some quick bag weights here. I'm lucky in the fact that I've got flight status. So what I'm allowed is, instead of 50-pound bags on the international trips, I'm allowed 70-pound bags. Now, I can take 3 70-pound bags, but I've got 3 bags here, and then I've also got the cooler that we already packed up. So I'm gonna have to pay a couple $100 probably to take the extra bag, but for the convenience of having everything that I need, that's a small price to pay. Yeah, so we're a couple pounds under. That's a little bit closer than I thought that one would be. So we are good on the bag weight. foods. One of the most important parts of my trip, other than obviously getting the luggage all packed up and making sure I've got everything that I'm gonna need, is travel food. So, you know, I do so much hard work to stay on my diet and make sure that I've got my meals when I'm home. But when I get on the airplane, especially this trip is gonna be somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 hours for me. So, you know, that doesn't mean that I completely go off my diet and just eat whatever I can in the airport, that type of thing. So I'm gonna basically portion out meals for, you know, give or take the next, you know, almost 24 hours probably with the check-ins and all that at the airport. So I've got this portioned out. So this is gonna be my first meals that I'm gonna eat. So I'll have 2 meals in here, so I'm gonna load this up with rice, and then I'll eat that sooner, and then I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do as a kind of an experiment. This will be the first time that I'm doing it, because normally I pack all my travel meals just like this, but I'm gonna load up. I have a gallon, basically it's like a cooler, it's a Yeti cooler that has a screw-on lid. So I'm hoping that I can heat that up and have that hot so that I can just dump my monster mash that I'm making here out of that. You know, hopefully it'll stay warm for at least half of the trip. You know, and if it's not cold, that would be ideal. But, you know, whatever. It's an experiment. It can't be worse in my mind than having it in the Tupperware containers. So we're gonna see how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Having not done this before, we're gonna stop at 4. That should actually be good with getting some sleep time in there as well. If I've got 6 meals with me, that should actually work out pretty well. So now we just got to see if we can fit enough rice into this container. Hopefully it kind of, you know, smashes in there and works. Mix this around just a little bit. Well, that's awesome, huh? That's looking great. Now if it works, I'm gonna be a happy man. Okay, so I need to get a little bit more rice in here now, and then we'll add a little bit more chicken stock and then get the top on it before it cools down. Oh, perfect. So I'm just gonna take throw some Tupperware containers here in my bag, and then I'll have spoons with me. So what the plan is, as I'm on the plane, people are probably going to be looking at me kind of weird. I'm going to pull this out, I'm going to take the top off, and I'm going to just dump it into one of these and kind of guesstimate the portion at that point, obviously. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it'll work. I guess not that those people wouldn't be looking at me weird anyway, but you know, whatever. So I don't really care. It's functional. I'm going to be eating good, and if anything, they can be jealous that I've got, hopefully, hot monster mash to destroy on the flight. So we're gonna get loaded up and head to the airport. So we are all locked and loaded, got my bags ready to head to the airport. We had some snow, ironically enough, in Colorado today, and I'm headed to the Philippines, where it's I don't even know if they get snow. I doubt it. It's going to be like 100 degrees and ungodly amount of humidity. So it's going to be a drastic difference, but looking forward to the trip. I'm confident with everything that I packed up here. So now all that's left to do is go start the competitions.